93 WYBC.
It's the Juan Castillo Morning Show. Wanda, super producer Big Earn, and of course me, Marquette Sutton. Today we have a very special guest, New Haven's own Tamika. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. So if you guys don't know, she has hero for her courage and her bravery. She was in Hartford stopping someone from, vandalizing Nipsey Hussle's mural. She would just happen to be out there taking pictures on a beautiful day, trying to promote her own, brand and her own, girls mentoring group. But instead, America and the world took heed to it, and they really, almost, ruined her life. Since then, her video has gone viral, over 3 million views, 2 to 3 million views, and different outlets have picked it up. And she said, you know what? I want to come tell my story. I want to come clear my name. The young lady that was in the video, I had nothing to do with that. And I want to come to my home station to tell everyone that, listen, this is not me. This is not what happened. So just give us a brief rundown on what happened following the incident, because I know that, you called me and you were, distraught and feeling kind of bad about everything that transpired. So what has happened to that? And then we'll go back to what happened during the incident.
Basically, like I said before, I just went up there for a regular photo shoot to promote the youth program I'm trying to start in New Haven.
And what is that called?
Involved.
Okay.
We're going to be having a lot of information out there real soon about it. But basically, like I said, I was up there. I was done with my photo shoot, and we was walking away. As we was walking away, the young lady, Caitlin, she came walking up, and she had spray paints in her hand and started spraying all over the place. Prior to this, she was already up there, I believe, because it was already a green inappropriate thing on Nipsey Hussle's shoulder and her devil head, but it wasn't no logo on the inside.
Now the logo that you're referring to, could you let everyone know? Because
yes, absolutely, it was SK, and it stood for Savage K on her end. So once everything transpired, I had SK in the back of my shirt. But my SK came from, once again, a local person named Andrew King, and he has a company called Survival Customs. Survival Customs, SK. So prior to all of this, prior to my photo shoot, I had him make my shirt because he was on my timeline and I seen it. I uploaded the information with his business, and my exact same shirt is on his page for everyone to see where it came from. Only difference is I had him put respect underneath the SK. At first, I didn't even want nothing on the back, but just respect. But being that that's his business, he has to brand his business.
Of course.
So, like I said, people was trying to link my SK from him to her SK, and that was absolutely not the case.
Wow. And now after that, you have got a lot of threatening messages. People have been trying to get in contact with you, some good, some bad. But I know that there's been a lot of negativity, and I know that you've been trying to clear your name since the incident happened. How has that been for you?
At the beginning, all the backlashing online and stuff was too much for me. I could not put my phone down. If anybody that can't put their phone down before being on social media is addictive, I definitely didn't put my phone down. I was stressing myself out, reading all the comments, positive, negative, whatever, deleting, just going back and forth, crying. Like, this is not my character. This is not me. This is not what I represent. I don't believe in anything destroying anyone's mural or anything in that aspect. But it really had me on the fence. Like, I was worried. I have children. I have 4 kids, 2 being in high school. So that was my main fear, because kids nowadays, they do anything to get attention. The word they use is clout. So I was just fearing for my children at that point. And then after a while, like, once I said, let me get my story out, I just let it go after that. So once I let it go, that was it.
So basically, just to let the audience understand this, right? What happened was that you got this girl over there defacing the mural, and she's putting SK up there on there, right? Tagging it, right? And then you got your jacket that has SK on it. So people got the impression that somehow you was down with her.
Absolutely. It was a shirt. Just a t-shirt made, a regular t-shirt.
And you said you were recording this young lady.
At first, the person that I was with, as you can see, I'm moving my hands around in the video, so I didn't have my phone at first. When I took my phone was when I was walking up to the mural. I was like, look, do y'all see this? Do y'all see what this girl just did? It was basically to take action. Anybody that know me in this area know that I'm a goofy spirit. So I went, let's clear the air with me jumping up and down laughing. It wasn't because I was trying to say screw Nipsey and what he stood for, and I was laughing, oh, well, like, look what she's doing. No, I was laughing at her like, girl, you don't know what you're doing. Like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. But a lot of people was making it seem like I was laughing and I was encouraging her, which that never was the case.
This was you were live. This was a Facebook Live post that was happening?
Yes, absolutely. It was on my page. And then, like I said, I wasn't the only one that was out there. There was brothers out there from Massachusetts that was doing a video shoot. It was a brother from, the 17th or 15th floor that was recording at another angle. Like, they're looking at all the negatives. No, I don't agree with what she did, period. And spray painted, period.
So some people were stating to you on social media that you should have stopped her by
physically assaulting her. I'm not going to physically assault. First of all, we found out that she's 17. I'm twice her age. So knocking cans out her hand is still an assault charge. People, come on. Like, I work for the system, the city of New Haven, around kids for the schools. So I would have not. This went viral. I would not have lost my job. I would have been in jail, and my kids would have been in the system. All for what?
And what makes it so bad is that everyone is attacking you and saying what you should have did. And that's when, Juan talk about social media all the time. Sometimes Juan, he just, takes a break. But this is a case where, you're on social media and people are dogging someone. And it's like, what did I do? And not the person that did it, but the person who, went live. And especially someone who's from New Haven. Like, it's wild.
So I'm glad you pointed that out. You are from New Haven.
Yes.
This took place at, what is it called? Heaven Skate Park. This is in Hartford where this was happening. As you were going live, were people beginning at that time to give you negative comments and negative feedback?
Yes, they was telling me to, someone smack that girl, someone do this and do that, and what are y'all just standing there for? It immediately started then. But once again, you can hear me in the video laughing like, I'm not finna smack this white girl. Y'all crazy. I'm not finna do all of this. So it immediately started, and within like 2 hours, it made it to World Star.
Because they were the people that were watching on your Facebook Live. They began to share the video and whatnot.
Yeah,
social media, man.
And I mean, me and Ernie were talking about that, just how people misconstrue a lot of stuff on social media. It goes viral and it hurts people, right, Ern?
Yeah, exactly. It's like at the end of the day, there's no disrespect to Nipsey Hussle, but I personally, Ernie Coleman, am not fighting somebody for spray painting a premiere of Nipsey Hussle. Like, he's not my brother, he's not my son. There's no disrespect, but I'm not going to jail for something that I have nothing to do. I don't know this man. I would not have known him if he did not die.
And they fixed it within like an hour or something. And it wasn't even by the artist that originally did it. It was local people that fixed it. Like I said, like you were saying, like shout out to Nipsey is no disrespect at all. I'm a part of everything and support everything the movement he was doing before he was tragically taken from this earth. But people is not going to paint me as a bad person because I did what was best for me and my kids.
You said that the young lady, we know her as KK or Caitlin.
Yeah, Caitlin.
Okay. You said from what you have seen, there's no backlash really coming her way as the person that tagged the mural. Everyone is attacking you because you did not do anything to this woman.
Of course, she's going to probably have a lot of threats because she reached out to me, and I tagged that as well inside of my inbox. And this was why everything was going, like right after I got back to New Haven from Hartford, and she says, can you please take it down? And I'm like, didn't respond. Then she said another thing, please, because now a lot of people are starting to threaten me over something stupid. It's just the wall. So at this point, I'm like, should I respond? Should I not respond? You know what I'm saying? So I just responded back and I said, absolutely not. Because what you did was wrong, and someone else needed to take action. And if that meant me catching all the clout and the backlashing for someone to catch you for what you did, then so be it. And I put that on Facebook. Everybody can see the messages between me and her, and then I blocked her, and that was it.
So she's being threatened, and you are being threatened as well, or not threatened, but you're.
I absolutely was being threatened.
Oh, you were. What were some of the threats?
People were saying tagging. I don't know if they really was gang affiliated, but they was tagging blue dots with wheelchairs, saying that you deserve to be hurt as well, or people you a stupid blank, like just going at me verbally and saying how they'll physically harm me. Like I need to be smacked, I need to be punched, I need to be jumped. Like GoFundMe pages supposedly be up to beat me up or beat her up. I never seen anything or really heard anything for me, but my family keep their ear out, so they're looking out for my best interest. They don't do all the social media stuff, but they are watching.
And let's not forget, people, again, this wasn't like a few hundred, this was millions of people that viewed these, that have viewed this video. So it was very disheartening. It's like, wow, like this is very serious. And again, the power of social media.
And the story made it to a couple of different websites, blog sites, and you've been asked to do interviews
I was like, wow. Someone called me and said the Breakfast Club was talking about it.
Right.
And they said that I wasn't in the wrong at all. So I'm like, wow, if it made it that far, I'm like, geez, I didn't think that all of this will get this far.
Well, this is a blessing. I'm going to tell you why, because I told you when we first started. You are trying to start a foundation, a group, or whatever the word is, that for the young people to empower young women and women of all shapes, sizes, and colors. And that's wonderful. So you know what now? Everybody knows your name.
Yes.
So you're going to
Tamika McKnight.
Tamika McKnight. When you finish with this, we're going to have another conversation. I'm going to have a little conversation with you because if the Breakfast Club is calling you, you should go. And if everybody else is calling you, you should go.
No, let's make it clear. I don't want them to say, oh, we ain't call her. No, they shot me out. They didn't call me yet. I'm waiting. Y'all can call me. I'm waiting.
Shout out, call, whichever one.
And on the real, right? I mean, like I mentioned to you when you first came in.
Yeah.
This story is really all about, which also with your with your foundation and what you're trying to do to help young women, right?
Yeah.
For them to be careful, right? And not so much be careful of what they post, right? But also be careful about coming to conclusions about something so immediately without really getting all the information.
Exactly.
Because what you can do to someone on social media could have some consequences, man.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let me ask you, do you think that it was the affiliation with the SKs that where people thought you were a part of it and you were a part of what she was doing, or the fact that they're saying, well, you recorded it and you didn't defend his honor? Do you think it was the association from the SK because you're down with it, or you're recording and not doing anything? What was the biggest backlash that you received?
The biggest backlash to me, it was a neck to neck thing, because a lot of people wanted to see physical harm done to her, and then a lot of people was trying to say I was down with her.
Right.
So it was more so like I can't even really pinpoint. It was too close. If I had to say, it was like really both, because one led the other. They was trying to say because of my SK, I was down with it, and because I was down with it, I didn't hit her.
Got you. Okay. And then you had I'm sorry, Juan.
No, go ahead.
You have you had another concern when you mentioned your family. Your biggest concern was your children. You said you have
Absolutely.
4 kids.
4.
And they were partly affected by this as well. Tell us about that.
My son, it was an incident where the teacher called me. Kids is not gonna never tell you the truth, so I really won't know the real reason why he walked out of class. He told me it was because the teacher was getting on his nerves. But he walked out of the class. Not only did he walk out of the class, he walked out of the school completely. Walked to the park with children or was near a group with children he didn't even know. Now, what if these kids would have beat my son bad to try to prove a point because of this? Because everybody is so-called now down with Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me personally, like I said, I'm all for the cause that he was doing. I represent helping people, so I definitely applaud him for that. Did I know him before that? Absolutely not. I knew that he was Lauren London's baby father, and that was it. I know Lauren London, who don't? But like I said, a lot of people were just doing it just cause and not knowing. You're ruining my life. You're ruining my name. You have me scared for my children, and it's not fair to me.
Do your children have a social media presence? Are they?
Yes, I have my daughter about to be 16. She's going to be a junior, and my son is about to be 15. He's going to be a sophomore. So they're at that age where they all over Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My daughter, the first night that it happened, she was up on social media arguing with people the whole night, and she like, mommy, I am tired of this because people don't know that you're not that type of person and that you won't hit nobody else's kids, and are they gonna take care of us? Are they gonna do anything? She was just like flipping out. It was more so her really on top of it, because she like, people is not gonna be mean to my mother, and I know she's not like that.
I just don't understand how someone can expect you, put those type of expectations on you over a mural. And like I said before, people may disagree with me wholeheartedly, and that's okay, to each his own. Maybe I could see the uproar if this was like one of our fallen heroes came like from here, from this area. I know he's a part of the movement and the culture, and the marathon continues, but I could understand better expecting that type of response if it was on the West Coast, if it was from his hood. You see a mural up of Tupac. I love Tupac. If someone's tagging it, am I supposed to react and defend that mural? I just feel like too many expectations were placed on this woman to respond to a mural that, like she said, I have no connection to. And people are really, really, really heated about it.
But on the real, right? I mean, it's like, think about it. They're sanctioning violence, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that is one of the problems. People talk about like all the violence that's happening in our community, right?
Yeah.
And here we go on social media, and people trying to sanction violence, man.
Not only that, they just doing too much. To elaborate on that, Nipsey Hussle was a part of a movement to stop the act of violence.
Yes.
He joined major gangs together.
Yes.
Why are y'all taking this man's name and affiliating it with the act of violence when y'all know he was against that before he passed away?
There you go.
Like, I'm dragging his name down. You're dragging his name down. Not me. So I just need to put that out there.
And so, like, people always ask, what can we do in our community to stop all the violence? That people always asking this question, right? Well, this show right now, what we're talking about is like, look, don't go out there sanctioning violence on social media if you're trying to stop violence in our community. Talk to your kids about the fact that regardless of what the situation is and what you think it might be, don't sanction violence, because that's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
Period.
Absolutely not.
So, so the millions of people that listen to our radio station understand that this is where we're coming from today, right now, right? Now, what we need to be talking about is the kinds of things that we're doing in our community.
To our own community.
That's right. And also, in addition to that, how are we helping our community? Now, you got a program, right? Let's talk about your program.
I was like I said, I got 4 kids. What inspired me was that my kids have 4 different personalities. They all like different things. So that was my inspiration to want to help out more. So the organization that I came up with is called Evolved. It's self-explanatory. The name itself. Let's get into it a little bit. I want these children to know you could do anything that you want to do. You can evolve into anything that you never thought that you could be, and that you got somebody that's behind you 110%. And it's not just for the children, because I want to inspire the women too. That's why I went up there, because I'm not a skinny girl. You know what I mean? And like I said, I was out there with shorts on. It's cold. But my main objective for my pictures is, look, this is how I am. Take it or leave it. I'm beautiful the way I am. You're beautiful the way you are, and never let nobody put you down. So I want to inspire the parents as well to be as much involved with their children with this as possible. It's like I want to start a big movement, and like, again, it's not like I'm asking people for anything, because me and my partner, we're gonna start this with our own money. You know what I'm saying? Just for these babies, just something productive in our city. Like, I was born and raised in New Haven, and I can't remember how many times I was involved with something that was positive that came from a local person just trying to help. So that's what I want to do. That's the foundation that I'm going to be building pretty soon. Like, we're making our page. We're going to be asking, putting out slips for whoever child want to be a part of it. We're going to be taking pictures. We're going to be doing documentaries just to get the name, out there. Once again, it's going to be like 3 different things. It's going to be modeling, because I know my daughter, she loves to model. So it's a lot of people that I know, all shape, size, color. If you got a special need, whatever, they could do it too. So it's going to be the modeling. Then I want to do something far as with dancing. I want to see if anybody I want to see if they could help me, do dancing things for these children, because, put something together so they can be seen. And then the last thing, my partner is a music engineer. So any of these kids out here that sings and rap and, just want to be heard, they could come to us. So we're going to inspire them, and we want them all to evolve. So that's where I came up with my name, because once again, it's self-explanatory.
I have one question for you. Again, this is Tamika McKnight. She's from New Haven, and you have been facing some issues, backlash from just being present with a phone in your hand,
basically,
and recording someone, or someone was recording and you were in it. Let's just say that. Mental Health Awareness Month, that's the month that we're in right now.
Yes.
how would you say all of these comments, the negativity that started coming your way immediately from having the phone in your hand, has affected you? And what advice would you give to someone who may be facing some type of cyberbullying?
Well, it hits home because I had 2 people that was close to me that took their lives this year. So it messed with me a lot. If I wasn't mentally strong and I was a person that's already facing a lot, going through anything they're going through, I probably would have ended up taking my own life because that's how bad it was. Like, this is how bad people was making me feel, even though I knew that this is not me. I knew that I'm not that type of person they're trying to paint. But it's social media, so everybody has an opinion. One person tell a story, by the time I get to the 10th person, it's a totally different story.
Right.
And how it affected me, like I said, I didn't sleep for days on, like 3 days. Honestly, I barely was eating like that because I was so worried. Let me get on my phone and see what else they said.
Right.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? What do I have to watch out for? Like, nobody want to live like that. That's crazy. For someone that I'm a bubbly person, goofy, laughing all the time, doing crazy stuff, like, they can go to my Facebook page to see how I am, my personality, period. It really brought me down. And the advice that I would give to anybody that's out there that's going through something like this, someone told me to reach out to somebody. Definitely reach out. Do not keep anything that's going on inside your head or in your heart that's physically, emotionally, and mentally breaking you down, because that's not a good thing. Go for help. And if anybody out there, you see somebody saying the least bit of thing, reach out to them, because you could have just saved their life. A lot of things happen because we overlook stuff. People crying out for help because they're going through the stuff that I encountered, or probably worse, and we overlook it. They could say something very small, but to them that was big, and that was letting them know, I can't take this no more.
You know something? You know, you earlier this week when I asked a question about, like, how do y'all feel when people unfriend you, and you know, and I felt like I feel some sort of way. You're like, oh, why are you so sensitive? You know, and the reality of it all is that you don't know how people react to certain things, right? I mean, even when we first started the show, and you know, I'm thick-skinned, you know, and there were a lot of people that said some bad things about our show, right? And I took it personally. I did. People don't take it personal, I took it personally, right? And you know, not only did I take it personal, but it also stayed with me, right? Like during the day, at night. You know, these statements that people were saying, man, right? And it's like, you know, people think that somehow you can just brush it off, right? But social media is what it is, social media, right? There's a social connection, right? It's just like, it's no different than when somebody comes to you and tells you personally in front of you that somebody's talking about you, right? It's no different. You still have those same kinds of feelings, right? And so, yeah, if you're feeling that way and it's overwhelming, you got to go get some therapy. You got to go talk to somebody.
You got to talk to someone.
Reach out to somebody, and
Absolutely.
not only people just don't overlook a cry out for help.
Absolutely.
Especially with social media. It's one thing to get bullied in the school, but when you take it to a large platform like that, I'm just happy that you're standing strong and you're going to all these different places and telling your story to clear your name. And you are representing New Haven strong. Don't break. Break what you want. End it.
Yes,
well,
Tamika, I just want to say thank you for your bravery and thank you for coming on the show and telling your story. We definitely appreciate you.
No problem.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, one last thing. You said you want people to get in contact with you. How do we do
Oh,
that?
okay. So right now we're about to start up a page. Be looking out for Involve. It's going to be on Instagram. We're going to be tweeting. It's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be up within the next couple of days. We're getting that together. But if you want to contact me, like I said on my other interview, you contact me through social media for all the negative stuff. Hit me up for all the positive.
Say the name. Your name of your page.
Involved.
No.
My name on the page is Gia.
There you go.
Everybody on Facebook know me as Gia, but my name is Tamika.
Okay.
Tamika McKnight, we've been speaking with right
Thank
here.
you so much.
Bravery right there. It's the Juan Castillo Morning Show. More after this.